Hello and welcome. My name is Darius, and today we're going to be finishing off the January 2025 monthly challenges, starting with Challenge 61 and going through Challenge 70. Challenge 61 is Thresh. Special rules are Empire above all, round end grant all units +2/+0, and Noxian Might 2. Each round the first time the foe summons a unit, ground it +4/+0, and Overwhelm. Normally Thresh isn't super hard, but with the combination of these two, he can make a lot of units very quickly. To counter this, we're going to be using Elise with Dreams of Yordles, Gale Force, and full build. The idea is our spiders will also benefit from the +2/+0 at the end of the round, and hopefully we will be able to kill him in 1 or 2 rounds, and then we don't have to worry about the fact that he's going to get very strong. And I think I'm going to take Morgana for Dark Binding. Last Breath Rally is interesting because we can pull Mark of the Isles, which will force us to kill Elise, and that might help. And Stun with Draw Champion sounds pretty good. Then we go into Thresh, whose power is Damnation. Game start, the foe summons Vaults of Helia. When Thresh levels up, the foe creates 3 Shadow Isles champions in deck. So I think it's probably fairly likely that Thresh will level up, and that's something we're going to have to deal with. We do start with the attack token here, which is nice. We can play Elise. I don't think he can remove her immediately. And here, like I said, we can take advantage of this Last Breath Rally because Elise is going to get sent to our deck anyway because of the Gale Force. But we do get an extra attack here. And we win. Challenge 62 is Viktor and Kai'Sa. Special rules are Embrace the Current. When the player plays a spell, they refill 1 spell mana, Vicious Enemy, and Calling for Aid. At the start of round 7, the foe summons a random level 2 champion. This should never happen. And then for this we're using Aurelion Soul because I hate both Viktor and Kai'Sa. Relics are Crown Guard Inheritance, Troll King's Crown, and Tempest Blade. Obviously, if you're using Epic Relics, that's going to be a lot better. Aurelion Soul has really benefited off of the pay-to-win relics. Not that he needed it, but Doing Mana Deposit on Spacey Sketcher is probably fine. Then we go into Viktor, whose power is beyond mere flesh. The foe's units have +1/+1 for each of their keywords. And Mr. Root in hand will let us draw. Looks like we're not really going to be able to do anything this turn. And a Crescent Strike, it'll strip Spell Shield. And he did get Deathless, which is unfortunate. Take the Scourge, it'll give us the Overwhelm. Although we already have it from Aurelion Soul. Also gives us +2/+2 to every unit, so that's good. gonna take Iceborne Gauntlet just because one of my daily quests is to capture units, so that'll help with that. Obviously I'm not afraid of anything here. Kai's power is Rapid Evolution. Round start, the foe grants each of their units +1/+1 and a random keyword. Don't really have a good way to play a created card. That was pretty lucky.
Their every move just makes me stronger. Adding to the arsenal.
You can just block with everything, it doesn't matter. Our goats will let us play Aurelion Soul here. We can take the Scourge again. Living Legends would be fine too, probably. And this attack should win. Challenge 63 is Nautilus. Special rules are Merciless Marksman, game start, all players summon a Crackshot Corsair, Vicious Enemy, and Iterative Enhancements. Round start, the foe summons the next turret. For this we're using Garen with Berserker's Buckle, Stalker's Blade, and Troll King's Crown. I think Vayne is probably fine to take there. Power Riff on Garen to get him out a little bit earlier. And if we get something good here for like single combat, that would probably be fine. Otherwise we're skipping. And Nautilus's power is All Will Drown. When any unit dies, heal the foe's Nexus 1 and the foe tosses 1 if they are in deep. Tahm looks great. Sharp sight for the mana. And we can play Garen here. And with the Berserker Buckle, whenever we use single combat, we gain 4. This isn't enough to win, so I think I want to play a little bit more. Although we are open to getting hit with one of the stuns here from Nautilus. Riptide. Did force them deep there, which maybe wasn't the smartest thing, but wasn't really another option. We'll just single combat here, kill the Nautilus. Challenge 64 is Misfortune. Special rules are Trick of the Light. Game start, all players summon a Mirror Mage. Vicious Enemy, and Demacian Might 2. When one of a foe's units strikes, grant it +2/+2. This is going to be a little complex because Misfortune can make a really wide board really fast, and with Demacian Might 2, all of that will get +2/+2, so that could be probably pretty scary. I am using Swain for this, but since we're not using epic relics, we're going to be using Stalker's Blade and 2 Scourge's Stash. The idea is still to get him out as soon as possible, and then Stalker's Blade will work towards his level up. My Swain is 6-star, so I don't foresee that I will have any problems, but you are going to want something that can deal with a wide board, potentially something like Jack, who when you attune is going to do 1 damage to all the enemies, and then if you can just attune early, that should be enough. Take cost reduction. And we go into Misfortune, whose power is Boarding Party. When the foe's units attack, deal 1 to the player's battling units and the player's nexus. So obviously with Swain's 6-star power, we're just gonna keep their board clear, and then there's not gonna be anything to worry about.
No prey, no pay. Not while I've got bullets left. You've got dangerous eyes. I like that. Not just the eyes, you know.
So as you can see, like I was saying, Misfortune can make a wide board. If you were to get hit with this, all of those would go up in power. So that could be potentially scary. Given that we have this wide board, it's really not an issue, but it could have been. Kinda want them to play another card, but I'm not sure they will.
Fortune favors the bold.
Go ahead and get rid of this unit to kill that unit.
I'll shoot the wings off a bilge-wasp.
I will break them.
Obviously there wasn't going to be a problem with the 6-star Swain, but you can see the potential problems that I was talking about. Challenge 65 is Darius. Special rules are natural magic. All cards cost 2 less, vicious enemy, and mana flow. Game start, the foe gets a mana gem. For this we're going to be using Master Yi with the Chameleon's Necklace, full build, and Crown Guard Inheritance. You really do want Chosen by the Stars here and Echoing Spirit. Those help so much more, but again we're trying to do this with only using full build as our epic relic, and the rest rare. I'm not sure if Darius has anything where he can make an infinite amount of units. I know that the player Darius does have that, has Spirit Stone on one of his units, and so you could play infinitely if you had Darius. I don't believe that's the same on their side. And his power is Hemorrhage, rounds end to deal 1 to the player's nexus for each unit the foe has. We'll be able to play a lot of units, so that is something to be concerned about. And then for our mulligan, we do want to make sure that we have at least 2 champions in hand. That way, when we use Wuju style, we don't draw into 2 of our support champions, which would mean that we could potentially not have our infinite combo.
That fated day is never far from my thoughts.
The strength of the spirit yields a stronger blade.
Doran would be proud.
Like a storm, I bring change.
Apprehend here does slow us down by a round.
Coming in hot!
Strike the blade.
Turn back.
And here we're going to want to open attack and probably do enough damage to just win, because if there's a second upper hand we would be behind again, and we don't want that to happen. Otherwise, normally I would say try to get your Master Yi just to half the amount of damage you need, and then hit again with the rally so you don't have to cast 30 spells. And as you can see here, we did draw both of our misfortunes, which is why we want to start with 2 champions in hand, so that we don't end up in a situation where we're not drawing Master Yi's champion spell. And Chosen by the Stars will also make this faster. And obviously you can force a win by just playing an infinite amount of spells. Challenge 66 is Tahm Kench. Special rules are Lingering Shadows. When a unit dies, grant a random unit in that player's hand +1/+1. Vicious Enemy, Mana Leak. When the player plays a spell, create a fleeting copy in the foe's hand. And Sovereign's Domination. Round start, the foe summons an ephemeral copy of the player's strongest follower that died last round. For this we're using Elise again with Dream of Yordles, Gale Force, and full build. I don't know if this is actually correct now that I'm thinking about it, because I don't know that we're going to have enough power to get past Tahm Kench's +3/+0, but typically Elise is fine, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. I think I'll take Bard here for Cosmic Binding. The stun might help us push through if we need it. Then we'll take Farsight Alteration on Elise to ensure that we start with her. And Focusing Crystal on Spiderling should be good too. Then we go into Tahm Kench, whose power is Big Feast. When the foe summons a unit, grant it +0/+3. And we are forced to start with Elise, so this hand actually isn't that bad. And because of Gale Force, we do want to wait till next turn in order to play. I'm a little bit tempted to pass here, because he just has too much mana. And we'll drop Elise. We'll attack challenging, that'll make it so that Tahm Kench can't kill us. And then we'll attack again here. Same idea, I think. And we are feeding him Spiderlings, which, yeah, not super great, but I guess we can stun it, should be fine.
Fang's turn.
And now here's the choice between playing Elise and playing Shrieking Spinner. I think Elise is probably correct. We can do this, this forcibly does a lot of damage. And then this attack will win. Challenge 67 is Yasuo. Special rules are Dune Striders, which is Shurima Discount, Vicious Enemy, and Prophet of an Elder God 2. When the foe attacks, spawn 3. For this we're going to be using Kai'Sa with full build, Banshee's Veil, and Crown Guard Inheritance. Banshee's Veil will help against the stuns that Yasuo will inevitably do. And we're using Kai'Sa to take advantage of the Shurima discount. Not sure what I want here. I think Misfortune's probably fine. And cost reduction on Kai'Sa is good. I'm hoping maybe we can get a +2. instead of just a +1, but probably not. Okay, we end up with our +1. We'll take Jailbreak with Summoner Stone, that should be fun. And we go into Yasuo, whose power is Gathering Storm. When the foe's unit attacks, stun the player's weakest unit and the foe draws 1. And then Kai'Sa at 5 stars is extremely powerful, so I'm not really worried about anything. I'm actually not sure if she'll level up if I just play her, so I'm going to go ahead and hold her for next round. That way, definitely will level up then. And we'll get to take advantage of Crown Guard Inheritance.
Big blade for a little warrior.
I know what they are. I know how to destroy them. I've got eyes. I will do what I'm coming for you.
Hasagi!
And there's one of the stuns. We can actually pick Spell Shield up again by targeting one of our units.
At last, I have found you. Yone, turn back while you can.
I think I'm fine attacking the scout here, even if Misfortune dies. I'm not worried about it.
There's nowhere to hide.
Friend or foe? Answer me.
Friend, I'm here to help.
Keep running.
Ready, willing, and learning.
And then we should win here.
It's a quick study.
Thresh out of me.
I'm coming for you.
Next time.
Your victory is a victory all the same. Good.
Challenge 68 is Zed. Special rules are animated armor. All units have formidable, vicious enemy, and remove the imperfection. When the foe summons a unit, recall one of the player's followers with less power than it. For this, we're going to be using Yasuo with Crown Guard Inheritance, Everfrost, and Tempest Blade. Zed's units tend to have more power than health, so animated armor should be pretty bad for him. But we actually don't get any benefit from Yasuo's power, which is when he strikes against +1 attack. So that's a little bit of a trade-off there. But Yasuo is just generally kind of amazing, so there's nothing really to worry about. I'll put Deathless on him, just in case something weird happens. And Zed's power is Blade into Darkness. Round end, if the player's Nexus took damage this round, the foe's strongest unit strikes it. And again, we're not too worried about that. We'll probably end up getting hit for 1 even if it happens. I do suspect this will be a fairly long game because of the animated armor.
My life.
But it shouldn't be a difficult game. I'm gonna pass and see what happens here. We can concuss the Palm 1, Steel Tempest the other.
Spin it round, throw it down.
Here we'll just block.
You see, but you cannot grasp.
And pass, let them play a card.
Sleep. I will follow this path until the end. I do
Could will this, but I don't know that that's correct. We'll just go ahead and stun the Zed. Potentially could have waited for another card to drop. Might have been better. Play Blast Code Seedling with Impact. Dawn Dusk there doesn't do anything because they're stunned. And something like Fade Blade Twirler, not very good anymore.
No more running.
I kind of don't want to take damage, because that'll just slow this game down even more.
Brain here is
And our opponent no longer has a board.
some things never.
That is 20, not quite what we're looking for. I think quick attack is probably better.
Let me know if you still want them science lessons, Jay.
And go ahead and shock blast here.
Here we go. Powering up.
Just stun.
Win, flee, or does it?
The next round should be winning. I don't think there's anything in Zed's deck that can do anything here. So yeah, that game was long, but I mean, we never took any damage. Challenge 69 is Misfortune and Darius. Special rules are Tranquil Minds, which is Ionia discount. Vicious enemies suffer around start, deal 3 to all the player's damage units, and fan favorite, give the foe's strongest unit +2/+0 and overwhelm this round. For this we're going to be using Swain, Stalker's Blade, Double Scourge's Stash. Just because this is the end, it doesn't really matter. You want to use your strongest things towards the end because there's no reason to save them anymore. And Swain is very, very good. I'm gonna take this Get Excited. Take doubling dice on Death's Hand. And I don't think we need cost reduction on Swain. I don't hate Preservarium on Get Excited, so I'll take that. And then we go into Misfortune, whose power is Boarding Party. When the foe's units attack, deal 1 to the player's battling units and the player's Nexus.
Fortune favors the bold.
Here, I think we're just going to drop House Spider as the blocker.
Keep firing till they're dead on the ground. My kind of plan.
So both of these are going to die.
Love
But we do get to drop Swain.
Fly the Noxian banner.
you. Not while I've got
And then next round we'll drop this Legion Saboteur. Just trying to do a little bit of damage to the enemy Nexus so that we can start powering up the Enraged Fire Spitter.
you. Keep firing till they're dead on the ground. My kind of plan.
Nothing feels better than the sun on
Here, Ravenous Flock will kill everything, which is good, but I think so will Enraged Fire Spitter.
Empire above all.
I'll be damned.
I think we may as well drop Nocturne here.
Pledge or perish.
And that's the whole thing. Farsight Alteration on Swain, make sure we have him. I don't know what our worst card is, maybe Arachnoid Sentry. Then we go into Darius, whose power is Hemorrhage. Round end, deal 1 to the player's Nexus for each unit the foe has. Ideally, Swain will make sure that there are no foes.
Doesn't scare me. Not yet. Mine is the hand of.
And here we're just gonna stun Darius. I don't want to pass. Let them play another unit.
Empire above all. The art of war. Such little. Reporting in. We are.
And now all our damage is very scaled up, so nothing to worry about anymore. And finally, challenge 70, we have Fizz. Special rules are on flinching strength, which is Noxus discount, vicious enemy, suffer, round start deal 3 to all the player's damage units, and undying rage. This is Trandamir's power. Each round, the first time the foe's units would die, grant them tough, overwhelm, and fearsome instead. For this, we're going to be using Swain again, Stalker's Blade, Double Scourge's Stash. Kind of want something that can, like, do damage. I'll take Vhagar here for the darkness. I don't think Mage Seeker Investigator, I don't know. If we can't play a spell, it's going to be bad, but if we can, then it's going to be incredible. Guess I should check what the other two are. You can take Brainworm on Pureway. And then we go into Fizz, whose power is Mercurial Nature. Round start, the foe creates in hand a fleeting spell that costs 3 or less from their regions. It costs 1 less. As long as we're not primarily targeting Fizz, should be fine. All our damage is gonna splash. And we'll wait for the attack and play Death's Hand here. And then final spark. Play Vhagar. I should probably stop forgetting that Trandamir's power is a thing. Also probably shouldn't have forgotten that Suffer was a thing. I feel like they'll probably play another unit. And despite the errors I made in the beginning, we're in an extremely good spot. And I believe that is it. Those are the challenges 61 through 70 of the January 2025 monthly challenges. Nothing particularly difficult this month, I don't think. The end half was also very easy compared to a lot of times. And we'll go ahead and see where we are on the leaderboard. I assume it's terrible. Top 0%, okay. Alright, finally found it. We are 505, which is terrible, but, you know, we didn't rush it this time, so it's fine. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you like what I'm doing, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.